Okay, here we go, everybody. We are at Harrisonville, Missouri Airport. We're getting ready to take one of the longest trips we ever have in VR. We're going to go take a special flight down to Elk City, Oklahoma. And the reason we're flying there is it should be about the halfway point to Van Horn, Texas, where Bart's going to fly in. That's Off-Grid Arcade. And he's going to fly in and meet us there. I got the brake off, flaps down. Let's taxi out. We got my nav already set up. The airport's identifier is KELK. And we're just going to take off to the south because I checked the weather and there's no wind at all. And that's the direction we're going. Now don't worry, I'm not going to... I'll probably record the whole video in case there's something neat happens, but don't plan on making this too long. It'll be 2-3 hours long if I recorded the whole session. But nonetheless, I'm going to fly all the way to Elk City, Oklahoma to meet up with Off-Grid Arcade in the Cessna 172 on X-Plane 11 in VR using my Quest 2 headset. Throttle up. Oh, gotta get on that rudder. It's a hot day today, and it's even hot down here where I'm flying. Flaps up. Whoa. See if we can get this thing trimmed out now. Okay, we want to do some climbing here. You got to get used to this flying with the headset on where my controls are. There we are. Okay, there, I think we got it trimmed out. Now, if you can see over there on my GPS, I am flying, going to stay right with that red line that's over there, if you can see that. Keep that little plane lined up with that, and that should head us straight to our airport. And again, once I'm going to fly a little bit here. Now, coming from Harrisonville, we're headed almost due west. We're not very far from the Kansas state line. Now, of course, up here in town you can pretty much see the state line because there's a road called State Line, but out here state line may be in the middle of a pasture somewhere. But I know we are still in Missouri now, but it's not going to be long. I can tell by some landmarks maybe up here. Found the right trim knob here. Let's see if I can trim this thing out. We are, I let off, we're definitely climbing. You can see that wheel down there moving when I move my trim wheel. I do love this yoke. I need the pedals for doing the rudder. Right now I'm using my thumbs right next to the yoke, the ailerons. Where you hold on to it, there's some thumb paddles for your rudder, and your brakes are up on the top of the yoke, and they're functional, but I'd like to be more real life. But again, with the headset on, if you're flying in 2D, it's not too bad. And unfortunately, I can only record in 2D. you're not seeing what I'm seeing, but I love flying in 3D or 3D VR because I can turn my head, look out the window, turn my head. I don't have to use the controller on the top here that allows me to do views, but it's just really a pain in the neck. Okay, judging from what I'm seeing here, if we're not in Kansas now, we're pretty close. And let's see, we're flying right at 2,000 feet. I'm going to let us get up to about 3,000 feet. And then that's when I'm really going to try to level off here. Well, I've got my flaps up. I'm still wanting to climb. I got a little indicator there that shows my climb rate. I want it to be right on 0. Of course, that's not like an autopilot. This just trims you in a little bit. You still have to fly the plane yourself with the yoke, because wind and everything else can change your attitude in the air. Yeah, I'd definitely say we're over Kansas now. But let's keep a straight line here. It's absolutely beautiful up here. I'll tell you what, if you can't really fly, which I'd never passed the physical now. I wish I'd have done it when I was younger. One of those wish I'd have done things. Had every opportunity in the world I could have taken flight lessons and become a pilot. I got a couple friends who are pilots, and I know they really enjoy it. I've been up with them in general aviation, small aircraft. Grabbed the yoke a few times, but nothing spectacular. Not enough hours to say I'm any good at it. But this is just the most surreal thing here. Next best thing. I mean, I feel like I'm in the air. I'm looking around. See the landscape down below. The sounds are accurate, and this program is really a good one. This is just like being in a real 172. Well, I'm still climbing at quite a rate. Over 3,000 feet now. Okay, it looks like we're in line. Looks like we're flying pretty close to our red line there. And I'm learning. Oh, you know what I could do? Part of the reason I'm climbing, I have not cut my throttle back. Let's get that RPM down. Hey, there we go. See? Amateur hour here. Forgot to cut my throttle back, and that was the reason for all the climbing. And looks like I put the nose up just a little bit with the trim wheel. Looks like I'm on a pretty straight and narrow path. So there we go, Harrisonville Airport. And looks like I got about 2 to 3 hours worth of flying. But we'll pick this back up in Elk City, Oklahoma. It's just too much fun. Oh, there I go. I got the flying nice and straight and level at 3,500 feet. I did check ahead of time, and I don't know if I'm doing the way a real pilot's supposed to, but I did check. I was sending this thing out at 0, and Elk City Airport is I re-zeroed out the altimeter at Harrisonville, and Elk City Airport is 900 feet above Harrisonville Airport. So when I land, I got to remember that I'm going to be, the runway is going to be about 900 feet on my altimeter, just a little under 1,000. So got to remember that. It's beautiful up there. Absolutely beautiful. Okay, well, we'll pick this back up when I get closer to Elk City. Okay, I'm back, and we're getting real close to Elk City, Oklahoma, Elk City Municipal Airport, and it's showing up on my GPS here, and I gotta correct my course here a little bit, see if we can find it. That's been my biggest problem, but anyway, we're on our way to meet Bart at Elk City Airport. He's flying up from Van Horn, Texas, and sometimes the type of roads they got down here, it's hard for me to tell that from the airstrip, but we're going to probably do a flyby over it first and make sure we know where it is, and then line ourselves up, get our altitude just right. Is that it? No, it's not. Oh, there it is. There it is. Off to my right. Okay, let's just do a flyover. There we go. There it is. Elk City, Oklahoma. Let's see if I can get this thing down decent. Again, we took off from Harrisonville, Missouri earlier. And again, hopefully we'll see Bart down here. I like to give myself plenty of room. Lots of buildings down there. Which, Bart, if you're watching this, I did mess with the INI file. Of course, you were chatting with me when I did that, and I did notice a big difference in the settings on that INI file on Explain 11 to get my graphics back the way they should be. So we're headed south. Airport's back behind me. I have to give myself plenty of room. Now I'm going to try to do a coordinated turn with rudder and aileron. There's a ball in my instrument there, and they tell me that I'm supposed to keep that ball in the center. And it looks like I'm doing a good job of keeping that ball in the center, making my coordinated turn, and keeping me on level flight here. And good, I see the airport ahead. Let's throw in a little bit of flap. Throttle back a little more. Keep our airspeed up though. A little more flap here. Just to slow us down. Get that altitude down. think that was too bad. Not one of my best, but not one of my worst by any means. Huh. I missed the turn in. Typical me. Use the brakes here. Get way over here to the right and make a U-turn here. And let's park this thing and I gotta quit using the ailerons to turn. I gotta remember on the ground to use the rudder. Still kind of new to this. Yeah, my graphics are so much better since I adjusted this INI file for the graphics that I downloaded. And okay, here we are. Elk City Municipal Airport in Elk City, Oklahoma. I'm waiting for Bart. Put those flaps back up. And let's see if we can get this thing shut down. I do have to use the Oculus. I need to get some switches for my there we go. Door open. Door open. Oh, and let's not forget to set the brake. If I can get it pointed at it down there. There we go, brake set. Okay, we're waiting for Bart. We'll hopefully see him soon.